Rock 92.7, welcome back to another episode of Mahala's Music Moment. Today we have on the show Blake Bedsaul from the band Saul, and we talked a little bit about their new album that just came out today, titled This Is It, The End of Everything. Congratulations on little Miss Violet.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got her. So she's 4 months old now, and then little Murphy Man, he's about to be 2 in September. So
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, they're getting so big. Like before we know it, they're gonna be like in their own band singing
I
and playing guitar.
I know it. I know it. It's happening fast.
Yes. So, but if they actually did want to like start their own band, whether like together or maybe like separate, like would you encourage that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We talked about it because I have a 14-year-old daughter as well, and she. So a cool thing about this last record that we just did is her and Zach's two oldest daughters. They're 11 and 14, and they actually did the chorus for us for the song "Tooth and Nail." So they do want to pursue something, at least something in music.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I was going to talk about that actually too. Because whenever you announced that they were going to be on this song, I just thought it was just going to be like, a little part, but no, they were like all over it. So
Yep.
that's so cool. So since I guess the birth of Violet, or I guess like any of your children, have you noticed any like change in like your creative process, or maybe like how you just manage the band or how you work, I guess?
We definitely, since having the kids, because Zach has 4 children, I have three now, and our bass player has two. So we definitely, everything we think of or like schedule, we definitely try to schedule that is not landing on a significant event. I mean, it happens. But
Right.
that's something we definitely try to work around for sure. At least if it does land on something, we try to make it up to them when we get back.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
know.
And that's all you can do. And I'm sure, they understand that, y'all still love them. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. But have you noticed like when you're writing songs, like do you have a different mindset now when you're writing songs?
Not necessarily, but like on this new record, we do have a song like "Castles in the Sky," and that's like an apology song of like missing events, those birthdays and missing those anniversaries and stuff like that. And that's like an apology song because like the term "building castles in the sky" is like a term of like telling somebody you can do something, but it's so extravagant you can't get it done. You just can't build a castle in the sky. So when we learned that term and we wanted to do a song, in that kind of apology, thing, that song just, it hits home. And like I'm literally saying real stuff on there, like, driving through the night, see the sunrise, but I can't make it back. I won't be back in time, kind of thing.
Oh, that is so sweet. And that's going to be something really special for them too. Like that they're
Hmm.
probably going to carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, but we got to stop talking about it because I'm such a baby. So I'm going to start crying. So so let's talk about the new album. So it is coming out this Friday,
Yep. The 28th.
which is so exciting. What has been the best part so far? Go like working on the album and stuff like that.
Working on the album was great. I know I'm super excited. I know the fans, the equals, are super excited to finally get the record and get the record in hand and hear the whole thing. But doing the record was just a great experience. The first record we did, Rises Equals, we worked with Chris Dawson out of Wichita, Kansas, and that was really our first go-to when we did this second one. But we went down and did some work with Kyle Odell out of Nashville, and after doing a little bit of work with him, we just decided let's just do the whole record down here, and it was a super great experience. And putting this record out, I hope people catch the vibes of how personal and like real these songs are. So I'm excited and I'm super nervous actually to put it out at the same time.
I was going to ask you because this is technically your second full-length
Yep.
album. So were you guys ever nervous about the sophomore slump?
We talked about it. We did talk about it, but we kind of brushed it off at the same time. Like we didn't want the idea just rattling in our heads that we're competing with ourselves for the, you know what I mean? We're just competing with our last record. We threw that out. We just threw out that idea, got to the studio and just did every song from the ground up. And our focus was not beating the last record, just writing the best songs we can possibly write in this moment right now.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it because, there's so many artists that will just kill themselves trying to, oh, we can't be in the sophomore slump. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And
Yep.
and then the album like doesn't turn out well,
Yeah.
So I think that's good. But so far, I think you're definitely way, way above the sophomore slump.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I mean, we've had great feedback so far, so I'm really stoked about it.
And we are too. We have been playing a few songs actually here, and
Okay,
we've gotten some good feedback. So
awesome,
I think
awesome. I know
people,
A Million Miles for sure, right? You guys picked up.
yes, yes.
So Friday when we drop the record, we're actually dropping a single with it as well from the record with the new music video and everything. It's a song called Runaway. It's my absolute favorite track on the record. And it was a weird thing of when we did it in the studio. It was the very last song we wrote. And I was actually tracking vocals for a different song at that time. And Zach's like, hey, I'm going to head back to the hotel. I have this idea. I'm going to lay some scratch stuff out, see what you guys think. So I finished doing the vocals. He comes back like a couple hours later and he has the entire music bed for Runaway. And I'm like, I got this idea. I'm running from something. I'm running from myself. And then it just boom, 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 boom. And like within like 40 minutes to an hour, the entire song was done, tracked, vocals done. And we were just listening back to it. And it was the last thing we did on the record. And it just happened so fast.
That's like when it's meant to be,
Yeah.
like it
Yep.
just like a domino effect. So that's awesome. Well, compared to your last album, what do you think you guys did differently collectively for this album?
Definitely working with a different producer, it puts you in a different headspace because we kind of knew, and we know Chris Dawson, who did Rise as Equals. We know him really well. He was our first manager. He was just, he's a great guy. We knew what we were getting into when we were going to go work with him. And so having Kyle Odell come in and do this new record, he's got a different flavor. I mean, he does what really brought us to him. He has a different idea on like post production and like the synthesizers and like the sub bass and like different kind of stuff that really like a big reason why we wanted to work with him. It's like one of his expertise is the post production stuff. So definitely in that flair. Other than that, I mean, there's really no different vibes going on. I mean, it's still the same guys in the same room, just writing music, and it's just the Saul sound. We just added a different flavor of having Kyle Odell come in and produce the record. And I really think people, if they love the old Saul sound, I think they're going to love the new Saul sound because it's not that much different, just a different taste to it.
Right. Yeah. Because you don't want to shock them too much with too much change.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, I got to ease into it. I love that. That
Yep.
sounds awesome. I can't wait for sure. And also with that, you're getting ready for a new tour, even though y'all like just finished your tour, right?
Yeah, yeah. We just got off the road with Memphis Mayfire and Norma Jean, and honestly, amazing tour. It was so good. They're like lifelong friends now. We did a song on this record with the Memphis Mayfire guys called Rainfire, and it was just an awesome experience. Super nice dudes. And then we met Norma Jean on the road, and now it's just like we're brothers for life. We all had that mentality. We're here to put on a killer rock show. Now let's get it done, boys. And it's all high fives and handshakes, and it was just go time. We loved it.
Yeah. And on the road, you need that. You need that team that's
Yeah,
on the same page. Yeah.
yeah. Because we definitely been on the road where it wasn't that kind of camaraderie and that brotherly love type of thing, and it's just like, is it over yet? You know what I mean? And I hate that type of
Right.
feeling on the road.
Yeah, for sure. Especially in this industry. Like you're supposed to be passionate about.
Yeah, yeah. You're making me hate
Sorry.
my job right now, guy. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But which I wanted to ask, so how many of the songs from the new album did you play on the previous tours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for this Memphis Mayfire tour, we played three. So we opened with A Million Miles and then straight into Tooth and Nail. and then we played Better as a Memory later on as well. The three new singles we've dropped, we played them all three live.
And then because I know, because I've interviewed, several people, and they've all said that it's different when you go into the studio and then you go live. Like you could do the
Mm-hmm.
exact same thing in both arenas, but it's different. So did you find any differences when you were performing live, or anything that maybe needed to be tweaked a little bit?
Not a lot of major differences. One thing that really always happens to us when we translate it live, it always gets a little heavier. I don't know how, or I don't know why it happens, but it's just heavier. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we definitely
funny.
got that. They're like, it sounds great, it was amazing, it sounded just like the song, but it had a heavier vibe to it, just like heavier guitar and heavier vocals. It's just like, hey, it's just live, man. You're just getting after it. So
Yep. Live entertainment. I mean, that's what we say all the time. Like here at Rock 92.7, we're always like, you know what? It's live entertainment. Who knows what's going to happen?
yeah, Zach might break a string right now. Who knows? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it happens.
Who
Yep.
knows? Songs may be a little harder, or for you guys, songs may be a little
Yep.
harder. Who knows?
Yep. Yep.
But
Exactly.
that's awesome that it's going well so far. So then
Yep.
with this new tour, y'all are going to be playing much more from the new album, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So then are you excited to be playing those songs? Are you a little nervous, like how people are going to react?
I'm really excited. I think all the guys are super excited too. One thing we know for sure is we're going to be adding the song "Runaway" into the set, because with this set it's like a 45-minute set that we get on this Red tour. So we can't get rid of like staples like "King of Misery" and "Brother." You always have like your staple songs that you have to play, but it'll be really cool to add some of these new songs in there for a flavor to really promote the record and everything. And it'll be fun just playing them for the first time and getting a vibe for it. And because I mean, I don't care what band it is, after you get done doing a show and you just play a brand new song, even though you rehearsed it for a week before you got on tour, you're like, man, that sucked. I mean, you know what I mean? That's just like the first time you play, you're like, I didn't know what to do with my hands, I didn't know where to headbang, I didn't know where to spin
Yes.
my guitar. You know what I mean? You just don't have that vibe yet. It's cool.
Yeah, I think it's the adrenaline. That's probably what it is, because it kicks in. You don't have adrenaline when you're in rehearsals. So
Right. You're just focused on making it perfect. Yeah, exactly.
yes, yeah. So you get on stage and the adrenaline kicks in and you're like, whoa, that was different. Uh, yeah. So then other than, the new music from the albums, is there anything else that fans can expect from the shows that might be different from the last tour?
Definitely we're gonna have a lot more. One thing that is different from the Memphis Mayfire tour, being direct support now to Red, is you can expect our full production. It's gonna be full on rock show with our lights and everything. It's gonna be. We like to call it. We try to terraform the room a little bit and make it our own environment and make it our own thing. So yeah, definitely expect that when we're coming out. And during the break we had between the records, we got a lot of brand new lights, and I did a lot of programming and redesigned the set and the backdrops and everything. So we're really excited. It's going to be a really good time.
Wow, that sounds exciting. And I didn't realize you guys did so much of your own production
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
So then,
Because when we're out on tour, we do any headlining stuff, or anytime you see our production, we own everything. I design and weld up all the sets and all the truss and everything. So we try to keep everything like that. If I have an idea, I want to know how to do it, and I want to get it done and not have to rely on somebody else. So most of the things that Saul does, we keep in house between me, Zach, Will, and Miles, and we just try to, like, he's good at that, he's good at that, he's good at that. So we try to keep it in house for sure.
right, yeah, because I remember seeing videos online that you guys posted of you guys making the thrust and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, these
Yeah.
guys, they're really a DIY band.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. That's awesome. And I think that's good. It keeps you guys well-rounded, and
100%. Yep.
then you perform better. One more question. It's a fun one. Other
Mhm.
than your own music, what do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to a lot. My favorite record of all time is 13th Step by A Perfect Circle. I think it's about the perfect record you can make. It's no one track. You're not skipping anything. I mean, it's the perfect record, from front to back. Um, But I listen to when I'm like, say I'm at home and I'm just chilling, having a few beers, and I got my headphones on. I'll throw on some Chris Stapleton.
Yes.
I like Coldplay. I like, but I'll switch it up and I'll have some Lamb of God and I'll do, some Mudvayne or Disturbed. It just anything that strikes my mood. I really I don't have such a spot that I'm gonna be like, this is what I listen to, man. It's metal or nothing. I'm not like that. I like good music and you know my wife and I, we listen to a lot of Elvis when we're playing cards and stuff, stuff like that.
Yes, yes. Me and my husband, we listen to a lot of oldies too, like Frank
Yeah.
Sinatra. He's obsessed with Frank
With
Sinatra.
old Frank.
So
Yeah, yeah. That's a good time
I,
though.
yeah, yeah, I like it. But yeah, I'm the same way. I like people ask me like, what do you listen to? I mean, mainly rock, I will say that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I don't work at a rock radio station, ironically. Like I actually love rock
I'm here
music.
for a reason.
Yes,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
exactly.
No,
But yeah, like I listen to a lot of different stuff. So I like
cool. Yeah, I mean, but like honestly, one thing that we like to do when we're hanging out too. Have you heard like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies? Like their soundtracks.
um I haven't seen the movies, but just like the
Oh,
score. Do you
yeah, they just have like their all their soundtracks are just like classic songs from like the 60s, 70s and 80s and like I can
oh
just throw that type of stuff on and like we can jam out all night on anything like that too. I think it's such a good time. Those
yeah.
songs from like the 60s, 70s, Jim Croce and stuff like that. I love that stuff.
Thank you again, Blake, for being on the show today. To catch Saul live, they will be in Grapevine, Texas on November 10th, San Antonio November 11th, and in Houston on November 12th.